Are you planning a last-minute getaway this Christmas and you just don't know where to go? Well, from the most beautiful beaches in the Western Cape to a mountain retreat that offers a uniquely African experience in Limpopo, Mzansi has plenty to offer. And to share with us some of the best local getaways, tourism expert Mariette Du Toit-Helmbold joins us now. Mariette, thank you so much for your time. Lots of people have had to pivot, had plans to go overseas, visit friends, family for a holiday. And now they're stuck home. So what's the best strategy of finding the ideal location for your holiday?
Look, first and foremost, we have to say South Africa is not a bad place to be stuck on holiday. We have so much to offer our own local people. And I think for a long time, domestic tourism has been on the back burner, and a lot of South Africans have opted to travel internationally. But this is an opportunity to explore your own backyard, and there's lots of wonderful places to go. I also think that the COVID era is the era now for small towns. And South Africa has lots of small towns, or dorpies as some people call it. So I would really recommend looking for one of these beautiful little rural towns where the hospitality is warmer, it's affordable, there's lots of space to isolate yourself and kind of stay far away from the COVID crowds. And then, of course, we have the most beautiful scenic routes in the world. You know, some places like Chapman's Peak and the coastal road between Gordons Bay and Betty's Bay has been voted some of the world's most scenic drives. So if you don't have a lot of cash, get in your car and go and explore. Stop over, support local cafes and restaurants. And if you have a little bit of money and your international holiday has been postponed, we have also some of the world's best 5-star, 4-star and luxury properties to choose from. And again, opt for properties that are in our rural areas, in our towns, where your money will make a huge difference to the local community.
What are some of those hidden gem little towns, Mariette? I know there are quite a lot scattered along the coast, and South Africans like to head to the coast over the festive season. So along the coast, what are those little hidden gem towns?
Well, of course, some of my favorite regions are the West Coast and the Overberg. So along the Overberg, of course, you've got little towns like Pringle Bay and Betty's Bay. We are staying at the moment, I'm talking to you from the Breede River near Swellendam. Swellendam, beautiful town as well. So there's a little town here called Cape Infanta. So if you just go and explore a little bit beyond what you normally do, you will find some incredible gems. And then in places like the West Coast, you have incredible attractions like the West Coast Fossil Park. It is probably one of the most significant historic sites in the world, and that an international heritage site. And just for as little as 30 Rand for children, 50 Rand for adults, you can explore the museum and you can go to the dig site. So there's some really, really special places. And of course, some of our other favorites is Stanford. And if you travel a little bit further down and up north in Mpumalanga, there's beautiful places to travel to. So I also recommend, once Christmas and New Year is over, perhaps try glamping. We've got some wonderful glamping sites with Africamps. So if you contact Africamps, they've got some fantastic sites based in small towns on private farms and really beautiful nature. So now is the best time to pack your family or friends into a car, put a tent in there or pack a bag, go and find a little self-catering cottage or a glamping site or a little B&B. And you, as I said, your rands will make a huge difference to the industry that has suffered immense loss over the last 2 years.
You mentioned glamping and visiting private institutions inland. Some of those were reserved just for overseas tourists because the prices were quite steep, but they've become a bit more accessible for locals because overseas visitors can't come to South Africa.
Correct. And as I said in the beginning, for a long time, our focus has been on international tourism too much. The balance is out. And I think one of the few positive things that has come along with this pandemic is that the attention is now on domestic tourism, and as it should be. You know, our local travelers must be able to afford to travel locally within our own country. Tourism must be accessible for everybody. So I think there is a little bit more balance, and a lot of the industry have responded with fantastic rates and special promotions and packages for locals. And again, you know, if you think you're going to go to stay in a 5-star resort at a good price, you know, that's not realistic, but they're fantastic bed and breakfast, self-catering options. So look beyond the obvious is my message today, really, and you know, go beyond the maddening crowds and the well-beaten tracks, you know, and you'll find some incredible gems here in our country that's affordable, that is got a lot to offer, and that's very, very eager to welcome South Africans.
Mariette, very quickly, I've only got 30 seconds left with you, but how do you then navigate looking for the right place, the right deal? Give us some quick tips on where to look for the places to go.
Some of the great local sites are websites like Safari Now. Of course, you can contact you know, your local tourism officers in these towns directly. They will always share their gems with you. So have a little look at the towns' websites themselves. There's, of course, some fantastic getaways on Airbnb as well. So I would suggest go direct as far as possible, and you will find the gems. Talk to locals, talk to other travelers. You know, often that word of mouth tip is fantastic. Facebook is always a great place to source for tips as well. Ask people within your network, and they will be very happy to share their tips with you.